My name's Nate. I'm with the Geekcentric podcast. Thank you so much for taking some time to chat with me.
Of course.
I got to start off by saying you were excellent in this movie.
Thank you.
You're also equally excellent in Yellow Jackets.
Thank you.
Your characters are very different.
They are.
Between the two movies.
Thank you.
And I noticed, though, like, they both are getting into some really, like, messed up situations. Is there anything in particular that draws you towards these characters or these stories?
I feel like sometimes it feels like a release when I can, like, do something so, like, far away from my reality, too. It's, like, something that I will never get to experience, hopefully. I mean, definitely not.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting. You get to really use your imagination in these, like, crazy circumstances and really push yourself. Push the, like, what if. Because I can draw from personal experience with, I mean, nothing is, like, actually fully to the extremity of what she's going through, you know? Yeah, I feel like I'm naturally drawn to darker stories.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. And this is a dark story. I saw it yesterday and I couldn't sleep last night. All the lights on, all the closet doors closed.
Well, if you watch it alone, did you watch it alone?
I watched it in a press screening, so there's not that many people in the theater, and it was.
The first time I watched it, it was me, my boyfriend, my publicist, and there's something so much more daunting when it's really quiet, you know?
Yeah.
It's quiet and, like, the tension builds. It made it so much worse. And then I watched it, the premiere, with an audience, and people were just laughing and screaming, and I was like, woo! That felt like a release. Yeah.
Now, you've spent some time on the production side of horror. Do these movies still scare you, or is it like, now that you know how the chicken nuggets are made, you're kind of like, it's not a big deal?
It gives me another outlook. I think it's more technical, and that's just what, like, once you start working on movies, you look at it in a different way, and it's harder to just, like, breeze through the movie. It's more like you see the minute details, which is good because it kind of brings you back to reality, and you're like, this isn't real.
It's not as,
I mean, these people are talented, but, like, this isn't real. At the end of the day, which, like, takes away the magic sometimes.
Sure.
And sometimes you just have to let yourself believe.
Right, absolutely. Very cool. I definitely believed a bit too much. You were great. Chris was great. Vivian Lyra Blair was outstanding in this movie. She was such a ray of light anytime she was on screen.
Absolutely. You need that because it's so heavy.
Oh, yeah. And she brought the smiles every time. You were both in Star Wars.
Yes.
And we're the Geekcentric podcast. As a geek, I would be remiss if I didn't ask. Did you talk about Star Wars at all?
We did. That was kind of some of our first bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was just telling me secrets because it hadn't come out yet.
Oh. Okay.
So it felt very, like, I felt so special that she was telling me all of this. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And she, like, it's a huge deal for her to be, like, that's insane.
Kidding me? Yeah.
What the?
Yeah. You know, I read somewhere that you had created a playlist, a musical playlist, to kind of get into character and set the tone for your character. What was the #1 song that you had on that playlist that you'd recommend? I probably won't have any idea.
No. In Serpent Quicksilver by Harold Budd.
Okay.
He did some of the soundtrack for the show I Know This Much Is True. Okay. And he's just made a lot of ambient albums. He's fantastic. He's done a lot of stuff with Brian Eno. He's so good.
Very cool. Awesome. I'll add it to the playlist. Cool. Besides Boogeyman, what's the scariest movie that you've ever seen?
I think The Audition is very, very scary.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese horror is far ahead. Like Mungo, recommended by Rob, the director. He knows everything about horror movies.
Yeah.
That was a slow burn, but it killed me, and it just stuck with me. Like, it just left me feeling so uneasy. I was like, wow, this is the power of movies.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sophie, again, you were excellent. I was really, really enjoyed your portrayal in this movie. And I think what really was the best part was that sisterhood bond.
So people say that's amazing.
Yeah.
It brings lightness and it feels real. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.